On the news tonight, free flow of traffic at Area 1 roundabout underway. Fish farming gets boost as stakeholders brainstorm on the way forward. An expert seeks solution in tackling education challenges in the Federal Capital Territory. Hello there, good evening. Thank you for joining us on the news desk of NTA Channel 5 Abuja at 7. I am Tessie Omeri with the details. The Federal Capital Territory Administration says it is committed to ensuring and maintaining safe environment where residents and visitors can pursue their business without fear or anxiety. Permanent Secretary Olushade Adeshola gave the assurance while inaugurating the Committee on Reinforcing Safety and, of course, emergency preparedness in the FCT. Onotu Yakubu has more.
There is a saying that when good men stand and do nothing, society becomes safe haven for the triumph of evil. This singular phrase sums the catalyst for this gathering. Stakeholders say the nature of criminality and other emerging crimes such as unwanted killings has threatened to reduce humanity to a level that can rather be imagined. These concerns necessitated the formation of this strategic committee under the coordinate of the FCT Emergency Management Agency to improve security in the nation's capital.
This committee is not only our response mechanism, but will also serve as a check mechanism for tendencies that are inimical to our common good.
The FCTA says public safety is a fundamental right in democratic societies, and therefore the role of government agencies and other local actors is to be proactive to impede on the prevailing situation.
The FCT administration is committed to taking this course to promote greater citizen engagement in a sustainable manner, and therefore I assure you that this committee will be accorded all the necessary support within our available resources.
To achieve the target objectives, a security expert, Ayuba Ota, says the committee must utilize the instrumentality of town hall meetings to change the deeply entrenched belief of the people on their responsibility to public safety.
Of course, the issue of intelligence is there, and security is everybody's business because everybody have to contribute. If you see something, you say something.
Membership of the committee is drawn from security agencies, emergency responders, and administrators, amongst others. Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
And from emergency response, let's take a look at the traffic situation. To ensure free flow of traffic at the Area 1 roundabout, the Directorate of Road Traffic Services has evolved measures by deploying its personnel to a strategic location within the roundabout to control traffic. Onozi Yakubu brings us situation update.
The Area 1 roundabout has been identified as notorious for heavy traffic gridlock, especially at rush hours. This is as a result of illegal bus stops and indiscriminate parking of cars along the road. It is against this worrisome trend that the Directorate of Road Traffic Services deploy its officers to the area to control traffic and clamp down on the defaulting motorists and other road users.
Our duty today is to ensure that we realign some of these vehicles operating along the road corridor back to the existing paths so that we can have sanity. As you can see all around now, the whole roundabout is now free, and the ambience of this roundabout is very clear. So that's what we set out to establish, and we will continue to stay here until we establish it completely.
This renewed commitment by the DRTS officers is a big relief to many residents who ply the axis on daily basis because of the untold hardship people experience. The DRTS boss, however, wants that the law will take its course on anyone found violating the traffic rules and regulations. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
FCT Minister Mohammed Musa Bello has approved removal of 23 houses earlier marked for demolition at the Trademore Estate, Lugbe, Abuja Municipal Area Council. Director General of FEMA, Abbas Garba Idris, announced this at a meeting with the Association of Residents of Trademore Estate in Abuja, Metropolitan Management Council and the Department of Development Control at the estate, represented by the Acting Director of Forecasting, Response and Mitigation Department of FEMA, Mrs. Florence Wenegeme. Idris informed that the affected properties were built on waterways, thereby narrowing the water channels. He blamed the perennial flooding at Trademore Estate on human-induced activities, noting that the developer had allocated plots of land on waterways with development presently ongoing. He explained that the 2022 annual flood outlook placed Amak and Gwagwalada on high probable flood risk, stressing that Trademore Estate was on a low plane and advised residents to relocate to safer grounds. The Director General further added that FEMA has stationed its rescue teams and local divers at flood-prone areas of the territory, barricaded vulnerable roads, and mounted early warning signs. And let's take a look at education. It is a fact that no nation can make meaningful progress with a high number of its youths uneducated. Hence, the urgent need for renewed synergy to ensure more children are in school. Our correspondent in this special report takes a look at expert solutions in tackling educational challenges, hindering knowledge acquisition with a view to enhancing a critical socio-economic development. It is on record that the federal government has decried the rate of out-of-school children in Nigeria, promising action leading to a reversal of the anomaly, with the UNICEF statistics revealing that about 10.5 million children aged between 5 to 14 years are out of school in Nigeria, and only 61% of 6 to 11 years old regularly attending primary school, while only 35.6% of children aged 36 to 59 months receive early childhood education. It is a worrisome figure experts describe as disturbing and requiring swift action.
Governments have put in a lot of measures on the ground in order to ensure that those who attend school get the best of education that the government can afford under these circumstances. But until the insurgency is over, we cannot control the issue of out-of-school children. For places where insurgency is not taking place, well, I don't know where they got their records, but what we know is that the government is doing the best they can at all levels to provide education to the teeming populace. However, I know it is a very difficult thing, government, because it is a resource-based effort.
Beyond the numbers lie the poor quality of teachers, children overall conduct, and insecure environments for learning.
Training of teachers should be strictly adhered to. You look at our schools now from primary to tertiary level, you see a lot of people that are not even competent at teaching our educational systems. It's really bastardizing the system of education in this country. What I mean is, and we have a body we call TRCN, Teacher Registration Council of Nigeria, who's supposed to regulate this body.
In a unanimous position, they call for synergy amongst stakeholders, especially among parents, teachers, and policymakers, to ensure that children are provided with the necessary support to maximize the huge potentials of education, since it is the only way the Nigerian society can be better, reliable, developed, and peaceful. In Abuja, Tessie Omei. And moving away from family education now to family matters. The biggest mistake any family can make is neglecting the family values. Residents of the Federal Capital Territory say responsibilities to put the family in check lies on all. Hence the need for parents to work together with members of the family. Deborah Gazaji Micah samples people's opinion.
What I look out for in a father that will put his family first. You understand? His wife and children first, not his siblings. Because some of them, Some of them, they don't even consider their wife and children. They first consider their siblings as their main family. So I look out for a father that will take care of my children, train them, not leaving the responsibility for me, you understand, to take care of. Because when you leave the responsibility, these days now, most fathers leave the responsibility for their wives. So the father, the wife will be stressed up. She will be thinking of so many things, you know. Because I see a trend now where it's women now that are working so hard now.
The month that we are expecting them to take up their responsibility with utmost good faith to take care of the family, more especially to take care of the children in the family, and also to ensure that there is peace in the house. If there is any trouble that is coming from any place, we will make sure that she averts that problem.
Things I know could be the causes of broken home, could be as one of them could be lack of communication, lack of patience. You know, that lack of communication, and maybe when there are some issues, we need to talk about it, to let your partner know, oh, this is what I don't want, this is what I want, things like that.
There are many challenges facing every family. You cannot even count them. Challenges, number one, the economic factor is number one. Prices are going up every day. Families, they cannot feed, they can't take care of themselves, they are not able to meet their basic requirements. These are economic factors. If you buy food today, next tomorrow you go to the market, the price has gone up. And many other things. Secondly, you talk about health challenges. Many families cannot go to hospital. They resort into self-medication.
Joining me in the studio to discuss more on family values and, of course, preferring solutions is the Acting Director of Guidance and Counseling, FC Secondary Education Board, Margaret Adeye. You're welcome to the News at 7.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. So, you've watched from that background report as we sampled people's opinion on family and where we're getting it wrong and how to prefer solutions. So can you tell us, how do you think family will achieve happiness, will achieve togetherness, will achieve bond?
You know, it is the desire of every family to be happy.
Sure.
And from the beginning of the relationship, the man proposed to the lady, you are the one I want to spend the rest of my life with. Yeah. So that we can be happy together. But unfortunately, this happiness seems to elude family for so many reasons. But for a family to really be happy, the husband must be able to play his own role of love, the wife the role of submission, and children the role of obedience. And a happy family is a family where the basic need of life is not lacking. Okay. The children are well trained, they are nurtured. When they want to go to school, they can go to school. Everybody around see them that these children are well trained, they are well brought up. Definitely, the father, the mother, they will be happy seeing their children. They may not necessarily have so much money.
Yes, that was what I was coming to when you said basic necessities of life. I was like, okay, are you saying that a poor parent cannot breed?
No.
Yeah, so
no, somebody, like my people will say, even if it is gari, you soak with peace of mind, it will reflect on your body. So it doesn't mean that they have to have very big money.
Yeah. Okay, so for the society to be a better place, children and youth, have to be properly trained, just as you have mentioned. Even if you don't have anything, you're able to give them quality training with all those values. Most of the children we're having in the society these days, we're lacking this moral values, this moral upbringing, where are we getting it wrong?
Well, I think it's from home. Many parents tend to leave their children in the hand of teachers, hand of house helps, pursuing money, running after money. They've forgotten that the children, they are tomorrow. There's a proverb in my place that said, the child you did not train is that same child that will sell the house that you build.
Use the time.
Yes, in Yoruba language, ko and ko, they are the same spelling, but a child you did not train, that is called a child, ko, that is, you are running after money to build house, to have mansion, to have, and you left your children in the hand of caregiver, teacher, house help. Those children, when they grow up, they will sell those houses because they don't have morals, they don't have values. They don't know how.
They don't know what you went through.
Yes, they don't know how you make that money. Yeah. So they just see, spending money anyhow. It's not supposed to be. We should allow our children to understand some pains so that they'll be able to manage when they get to that level. If we just leave them, they want this, is provided. They want this one, is provided. There is no time you say, no, I'm not giving you this.
I've heard parents who say, yeah, I've suffered.
I've suffered. I don't want, I will not allow my, no, no, they will not be able to manage crisis. Because a time will come, this life is full of ups and downs. And that is the spice of life. Like somebody said, he said, in this earth, you have two things. You have good and you have bad. Sure. In hell, you have bad. In heaven, you have good. So you should be able to manage the good and bad on this earth. So that will determine where you will go, either heaven or hell.
Okay, tomorrow is International Day of the Family. And family, whatever that happens in the society starts from the family.
Yes.
It's so, I don't know, unimaginable. Sometimes you see a parent who don't know the whereabouts of their children, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and they are okay with it.
Sometimes it bothers me why a parent will not, even if they are grown up, even if they are youth, because the youth of nowadays, they tell you, I'm matured, I'm not a baby, I can take care of myself. But as a concerned parent, you should not just leave them. In my home, I have some cousins staying with us with my own children. My husband gave them a stern rule. Anywhere you are going, you must let me know. Yeah. It's not as if I would deny you of going to where you want to go, but I want to know so that if anything is happening, if you tell me you are going to Kubwa and something is happening in Kubwa, maybe you have left Kubwa, you have gone to area 1, something is happening in area 1, I will not.
For security reasons.
For security reasons.
Our dear Frank Olize will always say, it's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock. Do you know where
the children are?
Yes.
Thank you. Your final thoughts with us before we wrap up this segment.
Oh, a counsel for parents. God has given you these children to nurture. To nurture. We should try as much as possible not to let God down. Your children are gifts from God. Sure. You should see them like that. And God has given them in your care. Take care. I will pay you your wages. And when we do the right thing, when we take care of our children, we train them the proper value. Sure. And they grow up, they will bring happiness to us.
Just from the scriptures where they say they will never depart.
They will not depart. They train up a child in the way he should go. When he grow up, he will not depart from it. Yeah. So let's give them
most of the times they always say the bulk of the work lies on the mothers. If it goes wrong, they'll say it's the mother.
It's mother.
If it's good,
it's the father. Yes.
So the mother has a very huge task.
Yes,
parenting.
We mothers, we have so much to do. especially when your children are growing up. You don't have business going out here and there to parties, to this, to stay at home, nurture these children. When they grow up, they will not depart from that way that you have put them. But if you leave them in the hands of caregiver, it is whatever you see, you will take.
You will get. Okay, finally again, how can family sustain happiness?
Just as we started, a family, every family wants to be happy. And you can,
no matter what.
Yes, you can sustain that happiness if the husband knows his role in the family. You must love your wife. Like someone was saying yesterday, he said, what is man lacking? That's a passage that says, husband, love your wife. Wife, submit. So what does husband want? Husband wants submission. And wife wants love. A woman wants love. He wants somebody to. So when the husband loves the wife and the wife is able to submit, the children will be happy. They see love in their home. They will go out. They will not be fighting. Children that grow in the atmosphere of love will not go out to go and be bullying other children because they have never seen their father beating their mother. It will be a strange thing for such a child to go out and see other people fighting. So when you want to have happiness in your home, husband and wife, play your part. You just discover that your children, they will follow suit.
Okay, so it's like a circle.
Yes.
Circle of love.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ma, for coming on the news at 7.
All right.
We appreciate your thoughts and sharing your own experience with us on family values.
Thank you.
Yeah. I have been discussing with the Acting Director, Guidance and Counseling, FCT Secondary Education Board, Margaret Adeyeye, and she has spoken a lot about family values and how to sustain them. Moving on the news at 7, we now take a look at agriculture. Increasing fish farming to significantly boost the food value chain and sustain national consumption is achievable through intensified efforts. Asebe Williams reports that it was the outcome of a training and empowerment program by the Joint Faith Peace Initiative in collaboration with stakeholders in the agri sector.
Research shows that fishermen in Nigeria target increasing local production from 1.1 million metric tons to meet the annual national consumption requirements of 3.5 million metric tons. Owing to that, the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development at this event describes fish farming as very important in the agricultural subsector of the economy, stressing the necessity to provide needed intervention to promote fish production.
We are addressing this challenge. The Central Bank of Nigeria incentive-based sharing system for agricultural lending is providing credit cover for primary producers, smallholder farmers, agro-input suppliers, and with reduction in interest rate.
You know, youths nowadays now they are following bad trends and the restiveness in the country. Because most of them are not engaged, but with skills acquisitions and farming and things like this, I think it will go a very long way.
When I left my place in the east to come to Abuja here, every day I was hearing the news of killing as at that time, and specifically that was in Plateau State. So when I was thinking and praying, believing that I could be one to play a role to end.
However, to enhance this prospect, over 200 trainees are beneficiaries of this empowerment scheme aimed at promoting peaceful coexistence.
Being a graduate that is yet to get a job, they want to help us start up. We have business ideas. So actually, before we've not been able to actualize anything simply because of startups capital. So currently they are working on how to empower us.
Actually gain a lot from this training, how to rear fishes in the right condition and the appropriate condition.
Organizers reason that a hungry man is an angry man, hence the need to invest more in agribusiness for improved national security. In Abuja, Asebe Williams, NTA News.
kawai abin da za ku yi NIN ɗinku kawai za ku haɗa tare da layin ku na Glo. Yalla bai, ta yaya za mu yi linkin layin mu na NIN da Glo ɗin namu? Wayo Allah, wayo Allah! Wayo! Ka ciro wayan ka kawai ka dalilin 109 ko kuma ku danna star 109 ash ko kuma ku tura NIN zuwa 109. Ire-ire mu da ba ma da NIN ya za mu yi ba matsala. Takowa za ku yi kaɗan ku shiga duk wani Glo World office. Ku je kowane shagon Glo World da yake kusa da ku don ku yi rajista. Na ce ba, ya za a yi nan samu wannan garaɓasa na 20,000? Ka daina guduwa mana. Tsohuwar kwastoman Glo, sabuwar kwastoman Glo, wannan garaɓasa ko aka ma aiki. Na samu 20,000!
Buhari imposes ban on the D-Tigers following the crisis that has hit the federation as Kwara Football Club of Ilorin relieves 2 coaches of their duty for negligence. Details with Gideon Yohana on Sports Brief.
African champions the Tigers of Nigeria will miss this year's FIBA Women's World Cup scheduled for September 21st to October 1st in Sydney, Australia, after the federal government announced a ban restricting them from partaking in all international basketball activities. This came following the lingering crisis that has rocked the Nigeria Basketball Federation in over a decade. More so, Board of Kwara State Football Club of Ilorin on Friday relieved 2 coaches of their jobs due to negligence of duty, as this has had great impact to the team's setback. Following this development, the club's chairman Kumbi confirmed the step taken by the board became imperative to ensure total commitment in the team. To this effect, Chief Coach Ashifat and Babatunde are now replaced by Ijaya Lukman and Mokela Olainiyi immediately. Elsewhere, Karim Benzema drew level with Real Madrid great Raul as the Spanish Giants' second highest goal scorer when he scored against Levante at the Santiago Bernabeu. Benzema now has 323 goals, while former teammate, now Manchester United player Cristiano Ronaldo holds the highest goal record with 451 goals. With Sports Brief, Gideon Yohana, NTA News.
And that concludes the news. We thank you for watching. Before we go, do remember to stay safe and be vigilant. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye for now.
With good laws, wow. Please, you guys need to come and see this thing. So they